So here we are at the Grant Center on the Averett Sports Network. Cougars coming off a win just 30 minutes ago against Randolph-Macon. Randolph-Macon took them to 4 sets and made it 29-27 was the final score in that one. Southern Virginia will be the team going up against Averett. They also beat Randolph-Macon. At around 3 o'clock is when they played Randolph-Macon. They beat them in 3 sets. And I've been watching. I don't think Southern Virginia has played since they played Averett. So it's been about 4 hours they've been here. Maybe about 2.5 hours since they've had actual on-court activity. So they're a little cold. But let's see what they can do against this Averett team. They are talented. And they just came back from a big-time battle with Randolph-Macon. So this will be Keenan Marks on the serve for the Cougars. As we get underway here. Southern Virginia, first strike, sails far out of bounds. So the Cougars do pick up the first point in the first set. Aaron doing a good job of getting up under that one, but sends it out of bounds. So 1-1 is the score as they tie it up. Again, here in the first set, we are at the Grant Center, 24th annual Cougar Classic. Ball sent across, fielded by Miller, over to Marks, over to Aaron. Aaron almost finds a gap in the defense, but Dedez at the front line, as talented as she is, she's always aware. And she puts the ball on the court, 2-1 for the Cougars. Aaron goes back to serve. Way to field it by Stanley. And Marks couldn't quite get up under it the way she wanted to. Aaron to Marks, to Pitzer. Doesn't find the hardwood. 2-2 is the score. Miller to Stanley, back to Miller. And back at Averett. 3-2, Southern Virginia will take the lead. Southern Virginia picking up a little momentum here, 4-2. But as we saw in the last set that Averett played, went all the way to 29 points with Randolph-Macon, going back and forth, trailing, leading, tying, and would not go down. Aaron to Marks, and that was the dash she set up, but fielded nicely by Southern Virginia. Stanley fields it. Marks to Pitzer. And Southern Virginia's on a roll right now, 5-2. The Lady Cougars seem out of it right now. So Stanley will serve after Averett picks up the nice point there to cut that run that Southern Virginia was going on. 5-3 is the score. Southern Virginia sends it across the net. Stanley marks, Pitzer, and it picks up a point for Averett. 5-4. Stanley's serve goes into the net, so that will give Southern Virginia, the Knights, an easy point, 6-4. And a nice play design there to get Kasimer open. Case Mayer, excuse me. So Miller on her serve, 6-5 for the Cougars. Sails out of bounds, and the Cougars will tie it at 6-all. Cougars couldn't field that ball. Kind of sent over awkwardly. 7-6. 7-7, excuse me. Miller. And that's Taylor bringing the heat there. That makes it 7-7. Seven for the Knights. They came to play in this game. They've been playing good volleyball so far in this opening set. Front wall of the Knights. That was a combination of Ray Crockett and Ella Burrows. At that front wall, meeting the Cougars face on. That makes it 9-7 for the Knights. Aaron to Miller. Aaron will send it across. Miller gets a hold of it, sends it to Pitzer. And a point for the Cougars off the Case Mayer tip over. Case Mayer to Miller. Miller to Taylor. Taylor sails out of bounds. 10-8. Stanley to Miller. And that finds that back far corner, opposite side of the court where no one was standing. So that makes it 10-9. Cougars trail by 1. And the Cougars front line meeting Southern Virginia at the net. 11-9 for the Knights. Point goes to the Cougars. I believe there might have been a double tap. So 11-10. Again, the Cougars do trail by 1. Let's see if they can string together some points right here. And just like that, the Cougars have tied the game up. I'm not sure if that was Dedez or if that was Pitzer, but I believe it was Pitzer right at the front of the net, sending it right back into the face of Southern Virginia. Pitzer to Marks, to Dedez. Send back to the Cougars. Cougars get the point. So just like that, the Cougars take the lead, 12-11. Aaron to Marks, to Pitzer. Sails out of bounds, just too much on it. Southern Virginia on the serve. And the Cougars will get the point on the awkward play there. And it just barely went over the net, kind of confused both teams, but it does fall in favor of the Cougars, so 13-12. Stanley. Aaron will set up a teammate. Just barely doesn't get over. So 13 all. Mackenzie Miller trying to find that gap. And Southern Virginia making plays at critical times. 14-13 as they take the lead. And Pitzer couldn't get what she was looking for. 15-13 now. Cougars trail by 2. Timeout called by head coach Danny Miller. 15-13, Southern Virginia leads it in set number 1. Southern Virginia leads it. Stanley gives it up to Marks. Good awareness by Casemeyer. Stanley to Marks, to Miller. And they find the point in the Cougars. Able to pick up a point, so 15-14 now for the Cougars. Stanley to Miller to Pitzer. Almost ended in a point. Good dig there by Southern Virginia. So Stanley back to Miller to Taylor that time, and she picks up the point. Tied up, 15 all. Miller, Stanley, Pitzer. And the Cougars will pick up another point, and they take the lead just like that, 16-15. Stanley, Miller, Pitzer. Point for the Cougars. 17-15. Timeout called on Southern Virginia's side now. Cougars on a roll, 17-15 in this first set. Mackenzie Miller on the serve coming out of the timeout break. Cougars do lead by 2, 17-15. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going here. Stanley took that shot like a woman. But Mackenzie Miller not able to get under it quite as fast. Nice touch by Pitzer. 18-16 for the Cougars. Miller. Stanley trying to get to it. 18-17 for the Cougars. And that is number 3, Brooke Aaron, bringing the fire. And that serve carries just a little too far. (18-19) for the Cougars. (2018) for the Cougars. Let's see if they can String together 5 more points for the win in set 1. (2019) Southern Virginia trying to stay alive. Miller able to get under it. Dedez finding the gap, 21-19. Aaron. Aaron to Marks. To Miller. And the Cougars get the point, 22-19. Timeout call, 22-19, set number 1. Let's see if Averett can pull it away here on the Averett Sports Network. (22-19). Your Cougars lead it. Brooke Aaron on the serve. Let's see if they can get 3 more points. Take home set number 1. Miller to Marks. Pitzer. And that equals a point for the Cougars. 23-19. And Dez with a good awareness. A lot of collisions going on right now. Cougars had some miscommunications but battled through it. Southern Virginia able to find a point in all that mess, 23-20. Stanley to Marks, to Pitzer. It looked like it was going to catch the hardwood there, but it didn't. And Southern Virginia on a roll now, 23-21. Cougars only need 2 more points, but Southern Virginia not going down without a battle. Timeout call by Coach Miller. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. 23-21. The Cougars only need 2 more points. Can they get them right here? Southern Virginia proving to be a tough competition here for the Cougars. Miller. Dedez almost finding the hardwood there. Aaron. And that ball just does not find the right side of the net. So 23-22 we go. Marks to Pitzer. Southern Virginia able to get up under it, able to field that ball. Pitzer over to Marks, over to Miller. And the Cougars get that point, 24-22 now. Cougars 1 point away from set victory. Aaron. The Cougars could not get up under that ball. So 24-23. The Cougars get a point here, they can close out set 1. And Pitzer comes through. So the Cougars, actually point goes to Southern Virginia. So 24 all. So next point wins at 26, not 25. Aaron to Marks to Miller. Out of bounds. Southern Virginia 25-24 now. And that serve goes into the net, so 25 all. Next point wins at 27. Miller on the serve. And it does go out of bounds, so 26 for Southern Virginia, 25 for Averett. (26-25) off the serve for Southern Virginia. Aaron there to save. Miller to Pitzer. It's a critical set here. And Southern Virginia takes home set number 1. So both teams will flip sides of the court. And we'll be back here in about 3 minutes. Southern Virginia in set play up 1-0. So Southern Virginia takes home set number 1. Let's see if the Cougars can string together a 3-set victory here. Aaron to Miller. Point for the Cougars. They get the opening point. Cougars go up 2-0 in this set. Let's see if they can keep this momentum rolling. Aaron, front line of Southern Virginia, meets her at the net. So Southern Virginia makes it all tied up at 2 apiece. Cougars get another one. (3-2) for the Cougars. So let's see, here we go. Aaron. Cougars pick up another point, 4-2. Is set score. And the Cougars front line, Dedez and Pitzer meet Southern Virginia at the net. 5-2 is the set score. And that set sells just a little bit too far, so 5-3. Pitzer looking for the hardwood there. Stanley to Pitzer. To Marks. Stanley to Pitzer. Southern Virginia sends it back across. Stanley to Marks to Miller. Back and forth these two go. Stanley again, getting up under every ball she can. So 5-4, 5-5 is the score, excuse me. The serve goes right into the net. 6-5, Cougars lead. Stanley up to serve for the Cougars. Aaron to Marks. And that was Case Mayer. Point goes to Southern Virginia. 6-all. And that was Miller bringing the heat. Southern Virginia gets the point, but that ball from Miller ricocheted off a Southern Virginia player so high it almost went into the raised basketball goals up in the rafters. Nevertheless, 7-6 for Southern Virginia. Eight 6 as the Cougars couldn't control the serve. Southern Virginia's serve goes way out of bounds all the way to the back wall. So 8-7 brings the Cougars to within one. The ball had a little bit too much heat for Stanley to redirect the correct way. She did get a hold of it, just ricocheted off of her the wrong way. So 9-7, the Knights out in front. Miller hits her. Her strike goes out of bounds. This will be number 18, McKinley Knight, for Southern Virginia. And her serve goes out of bounds, bringing the Cougars within 2 points. And Southern Virginia right at Averett right now. They are rolling and on fire. That was Allison Teagues sending the ball hard into the hardwood. 11-8. That ball finds the back corner. It's a 12-8 for the Knights. And the Cougars finally pick up a point. Ball goes out of bounds and into the stands. Knotted up at 11 apiece. And the serve from Case Mayer. Well, excuse me, that was Capozzoli. And the Cougars playing good volleyball right now, 12-12. (13-12), Knights leads. The Cougars and Knights go back and forth. And Dedez trying to find the opposite side back corner. Miller to Marks to Aaron. And the Knights able to get the ball back across the net. And finally, the Knights win the small-time battle, 14-12. And Dedez sending it back at Southern Virginia. And that's Pitzer. 14 all. Cougars winning 15-14 right now. Cougars almost escaped with another point there. Pitzer. Thought she would find a point for the Cougars. And her and Dedez do. Or that's off of her and Dedez, and it goes to Southern Virginia for a point. So 15 all. So 16-15 for the Cougars. Stanley on the serve. Stanley able to get up under that ball. The point goes to Southern Virginia. 16 all. Score is 17-16 for the Cougars. (18-16) for the Cougars. And that's another one for your Lady Cougars. 19-16. Timeout call. We'll take a break here with them at the Averett Sports Network. Serve from Miller. Sails out of bounds. So 19-17. Cougars out in front. (19-18) and Southern Virginia pulls one more point closer. (19-18) Southern Virginia on the serve. Way to get under it from Pitzer. Stanley sends it back over the net. And just like that, it's a tie ball game for the Knights. 19 apiece. Timeout call, 19 all in set number 2. (19 all, Southern Virginia. Miller to Pitzer. Southern Virginia, what a way to get up under that ball. And the Cougars in Virginia going back at it. What the courageous dives into the court. Much more courageous than anything I could do. Pitzer, she finds the hardwood. 2019 Cougars. Miller, Stanley, Taylor. Point goes to Virginia. The Knights make it 20 all. Stanley to Miller. And Aaron able to pick up a point for the Cougars. 21-20. Dedez checks back onto the court. And the Cougars, 22-20 now. Can they make it? Can they hold off the Knights and make it to 25? Timeout call, 22-20. We'll be back in just 1 minute. So Southern Virginia comes out and gets a point out of the timeout break. Let's see if they can capitalize. They do trail by 1 point. 22-21. Cougars lead it. Taylor. She finds the back. And it looked like she might have found the back corner. (22-all). Timeout call. We'll take a 1 more minute break. 22-all on the court. Second set. (22-all) as both teams enter back onto the court. Zadez to Aaron, and the Cougars pick up the first point out of the timeout break. (23-all). Southern Virginia staying in it, will not go down. (24-23), Cougars lead it. Miller. So Marks to Dadez. Marks able to recover. Stanley. Cougars give up a point. 24-all. Next point wins at 26. (25-24), Cougars out in front. (26-25). Cougars lead it. 26-25. Cougars out in front. (27-25). Cougars take home the second set. Both teams will flip court. And we'll be back here in about 3 minutes here at the Grant Center. And we are back underway with set number 3. Both teams have a set apiece. First serve from Averett, sails out of bounds. So Roanoke picks up the first point. Marks to Stanley, to Miller, And Southern Virginia finds a way. And the Cougars pick up a point. So 2-1 Cougars take the lead. Neither one of the first two sets ended in the standard 25. (3-1) and the Cougars send the serve into the net. Serve from Southern Virginia sails out of bounds. 4-2, Cougars lead it. Miller, right in the face of Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia tries to go cross court, but goes too far across the court and sends the ball out of bounds. Way to stand in there by Aaron. Miller sets up Pitzer. And the Knights get the point. (5-4). Neither one of the first two sets. Neither team could really pull away and show a clear advantage and a clear dominance over the other. Really pretty much showing to be a evenly stacked team. And tied up we are at 5 apiece. And I believe that the score differential has never gotten past 4 between these two. I don't think any team has gotten a lead more than 4 over each other. As that strike sails out of bounds. Showing each team's determination to win. And a good diving effort from Southern Virginia, but a good awareness by Averett. So 7-5, Cougars winning. Miller. Stanley. Mangum couldn't find what she was looking for. 7-6. Also out of bounds. 8-6. So 9-6, Cougars out in front by 3 points in this set. Ball does go out of bounds. Carried just a little too far on Averett. So 9-7. This set is critical. Whoever wins this set does pick up set win number 2 and will have the momentum rolling into their possible third set winning, game-winning set. In set 4. A nice fan over here. Right below me, got a nice present of a volleyball. Good thing he was aware and wasn't on his phone, or else might have got hit with the ball. But good hands by him. Maybe we might need him to come play receiver net tomorrow, because we do have our opening game for football in Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Pitzer to Marks to Miller. And a good way to stay at it. In Southern Virginia. And the Cougars couldn't control the ball. So 10-8. Southern Virginia up. Averett up. Southern Virginia battling back. Badez trying to go over top of that defense. And Southern Virginia finding all the right spots on the court. 10-9. Cougars. See if they can ride this little bit of wave of momentum. $11-10, and Southern Virginia staying in this game. So 11 apiece. (12-11), Cougars lead. And just like that, they increased their point total to 13. (13-12), Southern Virginia won't go down easily. Marks to Miller. Nothing comes out of it. Pitzer to Marks. (14-12) for the Cougars. Stanley to Miller. And Mangum bringing the force. (15-13) for the Cougars. Good job from Pitzer to stay in there. Miller. Miller collided with Mangum there. 15-14. Like I said, neither team really showing domination in this game. Miller. That was Aaron. But the Knights' frontline defense proving to be strong. (16-15) as the Knights have taken back the lead. And here we go, as we saw in set number 1 and set number 2. Both teams will go back and forth, taking the lead, tying the game. Pitzer to Miller to Mangum. Almost ended in a point for the Cougars. Patterson there with good hands and awareness. Miller setting up Aaron. And the Cougars will pick up a point. 16-all. And the Cougars right back at you. That's Maddie Dadez and Brooke Aaron. Not letting anything through. 17-16 for the Cougars. 17-all. Knights tie it back up. Stanley checks into the game. Ball sails out of bounds. So 18-17 for the Cougars as they inch closer to that 25-point mark. I could only assume that if the Cougars go straight to 20 here without the Knights scoring a point, that there will be a timeout called. Marks to Miller. Good job to recover from the Knights. And Averett doing some good recovery work there. Marks to Stanley. Setting up Pitzer. And the Knights there. Marks to Stanley. To Miller. Back and forth we go. And the Knights win the battle, 18-all. Knights serve. And that point goes to the Knights. I think Marks might have reached across the net there. And the Cougars tied up 19-all now. So Virginia takes it up into 20. The first team to cross the 20-point barrier now. 20 points to 19 for the Knights. Ball came off of Aaron's arms the wrong way, it looked like. So timeout call. We'll take a timeout with them. 21-19 is the score. Knights out in front. (21-19) is the score. 22-19 make it. Southern Virginia taking the lead, and they are not giving it back. (22-20) Cougars not wanting to go down too easily. Stanley to Marks to Miller. Cougars almost made something happen. Back and forth these two teams go. 23-20, the Knights taking the lead. Southern Virginia has set number 3 victory in their eyes. And that makes it 24-20. 1 point away from having 2 sets to 1 advantage heading into set number 4. And just like that, 25-20. Southern Virginia takes the win in set number 2. Set number 3, excuse me. We'll bring you set number 4 here soon on the Averett Sports Network. Set number 4 underway. And the Cougars take home the first point. Southern Virginia know that if they can win this set, then they have won the game. Cougars looking to battle back and not go down easily. Cougars up 2-0 now. And now Southern Virginia makes their way onto the board. (2-1) Southern Virginia. Pitzer sends it back across the net. And they pick up the point, so 2-all here. Miller? Or excuse me, that was Shropshire. (3-2) now for the Knights. (4-2) now, Southern Virginia. Making a little run here, gaining a little momentum. See if the Cougars can stop that momentum. Pitzer to Miller. Point goes to Southern Virginia. Pitzer to Miller to Mangum. And that ball does land inside the line. So 5-3 is the score. Five to 3, Southern Virginia out in front. Had to wipe up a little sweat spill maybe on the court. Stanley on the serve. And the Cougars thought they were going to be able to get a point, but that ball does land out of bounds. So the Knights able to increase their lead to 3 as they lead 6-3 here. Seven 3 for the Knights. No, so it's out of bounds for the Cougars. 8-3 for the Knights. A 5-point lead. I believe this is the biggest lead between the two teams out of all 4 sets that they've played so far. Mangum with a nice touch. So 8-4 now as Taylor and Marks will check in for the Cougars. And Southern Virginia picking up another one, 9-4. Southern Virginia definitely looking to take home set number 4. Ten to 4. The Knights lead. You got to think a timeout has to be coming soon from the Cougar coaching staff. Look, Cougars get a break there, 10-5. Cougars battling back, 10-6 now. Tides are turning. Southern Virginia getting another point to go, 11-6. Back and forth across the net these two teams go. And a nice save from Dedez. (12-7). And Southern Virginia increases their lead, continues to increase their lead. And that timeout that we expected does come from that Cougar coaching staff. 1 minute timeout. We'll be back here at the Averett Sports Network. 13-7 is the lead for the Knights. Stanley. Taylor. Couldn't get the look that she wanted. Knights increased their lead to 7. Knights get another one. 15-7. And Taylor again, like she misjudged that ball. Seventeen to 7. The Knights hold a 10-point lead right now. And here are the Knights one more time. And Aaron sends it right back at him. And the Knights pick up another point, 18-7. And the nice no-looker there from the Cougars, catching the Knights off guard. Miller on the serve. And the Cougars pick up another point, 18-9. They cut the deficit to within 10. Just a single-digit lead for the Knights now. And this may be what the Cougars needed. They might have just needed that 1 point so that they could get the serve and not the Knights. Every now and again, it's just that 1 point that matters. 19-9 is the score right now. The Knights are out in front, and they are running with the lead. Twenty to 9 is your score. The South Virginia Knights out in front. Cougars finally break the double-digit barrier, 20-10. Virginia almost had a miscommunication there to cost them another point. And the Cougars bouncing back now, 20-11. 21-11 now. Knights not backing down, not letting the Cougars get any type of momentum going. Strike goes out of bounds, 22-11. And for South Virginia, that was Ryan Dubinsky checking in, the junior out of University Place, Washington. 23-11. Knights just 2 points away from victory. Do want to remind you that tomorrow we'll see you at 10 a.m. where your Averett University Cougars will go up against the Roanoke Maroons. And after that, it will be Roanoke versus Randolph at 12 p.m. approximately. And then after that will be Averett versus Guilford. On the side court, we'll have Southern Virginia going up against William Peace. And then Guilford versus Southern Virginia. And then William Peace versus Randolph. And that will all be taking place tomorrow. And then after all of that volleyball, we'll have the opening game for the football season for the Averett University Cougars football team, where they will be wearing the gold-on-gold uniforms at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. (24-12) is the score right now. Southern Virginia out in front. Cougars now 13. And they're not just going to give Southern Virginia this last point. (24-13) is Mark Surf. Battling back and forth is each team. And Madison Dedez with a great awareness up front. Cuts that lead down to 10. And great effort by those the Lady Knights. Diving out on the court one by one. 24-15. Cougars battling back in this game. 24-16, excuse me. These Lady Cougars have no quit in them. Cougars 24-17. They're battling all the way back. Marks. And the Cougars 24-18. Cougars coming all the way back in this game. Timeout call, 24-18. Cougars on the way back. 1 minute break. We'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network. (24-18). Your Lady Cougars are battling back and will not go down easy. Will not go down without a fight. Marks. Stanley there to save her. And the Cougars 24-19. Cougars absolutely have no quit in them. They don't know what the word quit means. They don't know what the word lose means. They are coming all the way back. Miller. Stanley. Marks to Shropshire. Point goes to Averett, 24-20. Averett within 4 points of tying this game up. Averett University will not give up in this game, 24-20. And Southern Virginia, and that's the bad part about the Cougars being down only one, but, well, being down with the Knights having 24 points is that the Knights only needed one more point. But a valiant effort by the Cougars to come all the way back from a big-time deficit. 25-20 final score, 3-1 final set score. We'll see you at 10 o'clock in the morning right here on the Averett Sports Network, and I'll be your broadcaster. Have a great night.